Good evening, everyone. This is Jonathan J. Dog Letterman, and you are watching the Anything Bucket on WRPBI TV. Very excited to have somebody who is going to help you with your mindset, to help you manifest the life that you want and the life that you desire. He is a keynote speaker. He is a business and personal consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Anything Bucket, Mr. Joseph Tedesco. Joe, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
And I'm excited you're here. We were talking on Facebook, and it was kind of interesting. And every time your name came up, I kept thinking of the Terminator, because you terminate the thought process of people that might be holding them back. And I was very intrigued by what you do and wanted to learn more. And if you can share with the audience just a little bit about who you are, your background, and what you do.
What I do is I claim myself to be a transformational living coach. And that's the distinction at the end of my name of TLC, which is kind of rhymes, tender loving care. So I'm a coach that brings people to their greatness. And what I do is I look at their mindsets and actually discover it with them about what their mindsets are and what has them have the results they have in their life now. And then I ask them, what are they up to? And we create a vision or a goal for what they're up to. And then we ask, do the mindsets align with what they're up to? And results have a tendency to point where they're really truly aligned. And we just modify and work with their mindsets and shift them and to be the most effective creator in their life that they could be.
And it sounds a lot like the whole idea of, Napoleon Hill, what the mind can conceive, the heart can believe you can achieve. You can do all that, but you have to be in the right frame of mind.
Well, one of the concepts that I try to avoid is a right and wrong. And what I'd like to teach is an effective or ineffective. So if you say you're up to something and you're effectively aligned to it, then whatever you're thinking that doesn't align to it isn't a right or wrong, it's just ineffective. So we replace it. That's what mindsets are. So mindsets are just believing something consistently over and over to create a mindset. If that isn't working for you, it's just simply ineffective, not wrong. So we just shift them. And
that's the whole thing. It's like, shifting the car. If you know how to drive a stick, shift. I don't know how to drive a stick. I never learned. I'm an automatic guy.
Right.
But the idea, you can't go from into fourth gear without going first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. If you could tell us a little bit about the process of getting people to make that shift.
Well, the process, first, they have to be willing. That's the first thing I've learned over the years of doing this, is that a lot of people come and they claim that they're willing, but are they really willing to shift their mindsets? That's the key. Usually the results in their life is the indicator of that. So they come and they sit with me and we do a discovery process. Usually our first meeting is a couple hours, and it's like this. It's mostly conversational. And then once we identify what their mindsets are that has them, we show them how you have your results is from these mindsets. So like you said, where your attention goes, energy flows. We've all heard that terminology. But this is working really truly at the level of mind, that when you become the conscious creator of your mindset and you author it from the point of vision rather than from a point of, say, goal, your mindsets will shift automatically to align with what you say you're up to. And then I'm the guy that shows you, I'm the mirror that shows you and coaches you and is your champion and is your pusher and your puller and sometimes your dragger who drags you through to a new mindset. And it is practice.
Well, we don't have the 2 hours to analyze me. It probably would take a lot more than 2 hours to analyze it. But if we can give the viewers just a little bit of a taste, I come to you and I say, Joe, I have this vision. I'm a public address announcer, and I want to be the public address announcer for an NFL team. Mm-hmm. I've got the background. I've worked with this one, Miami Fury, women's tackle football. I've done the Little League. Everybody says I have an awesome voice. Mm-hmm. How would you help me to get to that level?
What I would first do is ask you, what do you believe is between you and that? And most people will answer from a place of content. Like there's a content. Well, I don't have this connection. I don't have that idea. I don't have this resource. Okay. Where I operate from is once you've identified, most people do that, as I say, well, what do you think had you be this person now? And what do you think is the difference between this person and what you have here and that leap? And you'll start to recognize, and the language will start shifting, that it's a contextual shift and not a content. Because where we are is based on content. Or not content, context. The content is just our results. So if we want to be somewhere else, we have to shift our beingness to have that happen. So I would sit with you and I'd say, well, as you be this, what's working for you? And what do you believe that will be to have that work for you? And let's step into the beingness that will have that happen. Because most people think, well, as soon as I have that, what I think I want, I'll be able to do the things I want, and then I'll be able to be happy. But it's actually inverted. The law of attraction or resonance or harmony or vibration, all the things that we talk about in the workshops that I do, is purely about understanding the law of attraction and how it really works. It's from a place of beingness. It's not from a place of when all my ducks are in a row or when I get the right connection. It's about vibrating at that frequency as if it's here now, and then having me as your coach lead you into that beingness, and then you take the action from that so you will have what you say you're up to.
It's the act as if. As if it's already happened. And I do that a lot. I talk to people all the time about visioning. Visualizing, sitting down in the press box at I think they call it Joe Robbie Stadium now. Right. I don't know. Right. It's been so many names: Pro Player, Dolphin Stadium, whatever they're calling the stadium. And visualizing and seeing myself doing that, right, and understanding it does take some action. So if you can help the viewers with some action steps. I know in my case, it's a matter of a lot of times calling up the team, letting them know you're interested. Sometimes doing the audition right there on the phone, like I did with the Lingerie Football League. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night. That means football here at the Bank Atlantic Center. It is Lingerie Football League action featuring the Tampa Bay Breeze taking on your hometown, Miami Caliente. Now, I did that over the phone. People say, well, that took a lot of courage. It took a lot of guts. My attitude was, well, what was the worst they were going to tell me? No, I can't use you? So if you can help people with their action steps and overcoming that fear of rejection.
Got it. Well, the best part that I say is, people ask me this question a lot, like, what do I do? What is it that I do to get there? Well, you can imagine as many different people that come to me have as many different goals. Like, I have absolutely no idea what the process will take in your industry to have you sit in that seat and be where you are. But what I do know is that it is a knowingness from you that will have it happen, not a doing. The doing will follow, that will lead you to the experience. But your knowingness of being in that position will have the opportunity show up that will have you take actions. See, that's the beauty of what I do. I don't know. I don't know what the next action step for people is because I teach from a place of beingness. And the beingness that is the most powerful beingness to operate from is if you know beyond all reasonable doubt that you are already in that seat.
And I know, Joe, we can go on for hours upon hours upon hours because it's a fascinating, fascinating realm of what you do to get people to the next level and to go from maybe being a little stuck to then being unstoppable and to believe in themselves. However, we have to wrap things up, so if you can let my viewers know how they can get in contact with you and possibly utilize your services.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, you can reach me at www.managemymindset.com. I do personal coaching one-on-one. I also do workshops all over the country, and I'm here to be in service to everybody. My whole key is empowering people and inspiring people to their greatness.
And we want to thank Joe for taking time out of his day to be here with us on the Anything Bucket. And again, it's managemymindset.com. Connect with Joe, and remember to always stay positive.